Hello sunshine, goodbye rain. She's wearing a screw ring on the chain. She's my steady, I'm her man. I'm gonna love her all the time. These are just happy days.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Nerd Bacon. Let me pull in my guest today. Joining me, as always, is my brother-in-arms, Nick Tockert. We have Mike Jimmy joining us today for a little bit of fun. Today we have Armand. I think I'm gonna say the last name right. Nassim?
Nassim.
Nassim. Oh man, there was about a million different ways I could have gone with that. That was not one of them I would have chosen. My bad, man. My bad.
No worries.
But yeah, we're looking to have a little bit of fun today. Let's see if that gives us a copyright strike today.
Hey, you roll the dice and move the mice. Let's do this. I'm excited.
So I got a copyright strike last week for the Jeffersons, but last night they took it away. They said that the claim had been removed. So apparently they thought, you know what, screw it, you guys can use it.
Well, you did run music because when you ran it, you had the background music still going, so technically it would have been transformative.
I do that on purpose, by the way.
Ooh,
Because
yeah.
I've got the big brains like Walter White.
It comes with the hat.
Yeah,
Really, you have to want your IQ upgraded. Just get one of those hats.
Yeah. Now, basically what we do before we start getting into campaigns and stuff like that, we just chat a little bit. So, let's just have a little bit of fun today. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in comics, if anything's going on in comics. Talk about what's going on in our lives. And people, feel free to comment. Looks like who we've got today so far. We've got Nefarious is in the comments. Hail, nerds. Hail, Nefarious. It's good to see you. We've got... Nefarious did say this. Look, he said, I love the sound of bacon. You should make this a 24-hour stream.
Seriously, just set that up as a loop. Just an individual video.
Well, yeah.
Bacon ASMR. I'm sure you will get a crud ton of views.
It's good stuff. It is good stuff. Good friend Chris Cox is in the chat. Hey, Luke Stone Studios. It is good to see you today. Thanks for joining us. Let's fill our bellies on some nerd bacon today. We've got Hojo in the house. Hail all. Hojo has arrived.
Hail.
Now I'm hungry. I hear you, brother. I'm
Gotta
hungry
have a big breakfast burrito before you get on the show. Like, I learned that last week.
Yeah. And we've got Brian K. Morris.
Ooh, yeah.
If you want copyright claims immunity, try running some Beatles songs. I'll be way over there on the sidelines watching. There you go, brother.
You're choosing violence this morning, Brian.
He woke up and he chose violence. Speaking
Do you want to know
of
a fun
choosing
fact?
Fun fact.
Do you want to know a fun fact about the Beatles? So in the early 2000s, you had the iTunes store, with everything, $1, all songs, whatever. The Beatles were so entitled, they wanted their own personal store inside the iTunes store for Beatles songs at a separate price. And that's why the Beatles never went on iTunes.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
So, Mike, here's the deal. You obviously aren't from around here because you don't have that normal accent that we do. So where are you at today?
I'm in the Netherlands. I'm in the hometown, 20 minutes from Amsterdam. It should tell you enough.
You said in the Netherlands, right?
And I'm being joined by a cat who... That's right. And I'm being joined by a little...
What time is it there for you right now?
It is 3:10 in the afternoon. So I'm 6 hours ahead of...
So is it too late for bacon there?
It's never too late for bacon.
That's the right answer.
That does not compute. Sorry.
That is the right answer, yeah.
404 fat guy not found. I cannot make it too late for bacon.
Nick and I both hail from the United States. I'm down in Florida, from a place called Duval County, or Jacksonville, Florida, which is, to be honest with you, if you ever hear about a man from Florida news, it probably is from here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nick's up there in Indiana.
I know.
Armand, where are you at in this? crazy
I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm up way up north. Yeah.
Is it cold there today?
Not today. It was the past week, but it's starting to warm up a little bit.
Nice. That's very great. We love warm weather. It's starting to get beautiful out, and we also like to keep things a little positive around here. Good morning, gents. Brian K. Moore says. Brian K. Morris also says, too late for bacon. And you say, I am espousing violence. We're talking riot fuel here. Amen, brother. Yes, it's never too late for bacon. Those Jack's Beach crazies, yes. So Hojo knows, apparently, that, yeah, I'm telling you. Like, driving here is like driving in Thunderdome, man. It's crazy. My daughter just bought a car.
Hi, Johnny. You watch your back, man. Cy's still gunning for you. I swear.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah. Yo, I think I know some of these dudes from somewhere. Yeah, we might be around. I was told last night, like, dang, Luke, you're everywhere. It's like, well, I got a lot of catching up to do. To be honest with you,
Exactly.
somebody went off and got sick and had to take a long hiatus. So I'm back, baby. And look, I'm drinking my coffee from my Don Chen X Farce coffee mug.
Amazing.
Don Chen, probably the nicest guy in all of comics, in my opinion. And if you disagree with me, I'll just mute you. That's how that works.
I'll just mute you.
Had a friend that lived there, went down for a visit in '08, and wow. Okay, yeah. So it's not gotten any better, Hojo. It has not gotten any better. But we're talking about waking up and choosing violence. So when I woke up from my nap, that filter. You know how there's inside thoughts, and then there's outside thoughts. Armand, do you have that? You have, the inside thought, the thing that you think but you don't say.
Yeah, of course, all the time.
Right? Yeah. Well, that filter's gone, and now my inside thoughts just fall right out of my mouth hole, just right out, all the time, and it gets worse the later in the day that I go. So the more tired I get, the worse it gets. So I was on a stream last night until 11, and I realized at the end, I was like, you guys, I'm really sorry, my filter is completely gone. And they're like, don't bring it back. We love this new sassy Luke. But my wife does not. She wants the filter back. She's like, oh dear Lord, please bring the filter back. Because, we'll just be driving down the road and I'll just say what I think all the time.
Well, I grew up in Northwest Indiana. Isn't that the purpose of driving down the road? So you can say what you think. And Armand's from Long Island, so I have no doubt that smiling nice drops as soon as you step out the door because you're walking there. So I think we might have one genuinely mostly harmless individual kind of chilling, and he brings us tales of an alien world. So that tells you how far you have to be to get away from the anger.
Let me tell you this. There's a reason why I never let church people ride with me. Ryan says, filter. Isn't that something on the end of a cigarette?
Boom.
It is. It's also something that used to be on the end of my mouth, but not anymore.
Well, if you're going to do it, you might as well, commit to the process.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for showing up and joining us today. Yeah. What are you saying, Mike? I'm sorry.
Like, there's filters on cigarettes, not on mine, because I use roll-ups.
Oh, you roll your own? Do you ever, so how quickly do you roll them?
Less than 10 seconds.
Have you ever thought about slowing your roll?
No.
I'm sorry, that was
okay.
bad.
That was very much an American joke, and it was a dad joke, so I got hit with it twice.
Yeah. I do want to apologize to everyone for that's watching this morning.
Your filter includes puns. It's okay.
This is the dad jokes are flying at any time now. So.
Look, I'm just a crazy
all right.
uncle, and I still make dad jokes. You're fine.
All right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's you get the honorary dad joke license once you become
Exactly.
an uncle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's set there, and you have to practice. I don't know Armin's situation, but you got to practice those because you don't just want to jump into dadhood. You know that was.
I feel sorry for Ammon though. Like he's just smiling there, going, "Oh my god, what did I get myself into?"
See, that's the thing. When Nita set you up for this, you had no idea what you were in for, did you?
Oh, no idea.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
well, you're here now.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to sit back and
Think of
just
England.
deal with it.
No,
As,
just,
deal with it as you
just
take
laugh
it. You know?
along. Don't
Right,
worry
right.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. But around here, we do think. We think.
Comics are awesome.
That's what we think here, and yeah, that's what we do.
Yes, they are.
So, I do want to talk about something.
Yeah, hit it, because I know what you're going for.
Did you hear about this?
Yes, I
So
did.
DC. Oh, okay, you heard. Then we don't have to talk about it. I'm joking.
All right, guys, let me
do.
Good night, everybody.
It's for the good night. Yeah. Roll that beautiful bean footage. All right, now.
Hamalana.
So, if you may not know, DC Comics. Wait, we got a comment. My filter expired when I turned 40 last year. I couldn't spare the time to care about what others think or say about what I think or say. You know what? Something does happen when you're 40. So, Armand, how old are you?
25.
Oh, man, you got a
Awesome.
ways
Nothing
to go.
wrong with that. Don't
You
feel
still
bad.
care.
Don't be
You still
sheepish.
care. Hold on to that for as long as you can.
But I'm not the youngest.
Yeah, how old are you, Mike?
I'm 28. I know I don't
28?
look the part, but I'm only 28.
28?
I
Yeah,
just
okay.
have like too many years of extra experience, and that's why I look like 40.
Okay. Well, I'm almost 42 come May. Nick,
I
you were
am
how?
40. I'm going on 41. Sorry, I had to think about
Yeah,
it.
okay.
See, I started going gray at 15.
Yeah.
Like my 30th birthday, I got the senior discount at Denny's. I'm not kidding. They actually
Wow.
bought me, and I'm like, well, it's cheaper, so I'm not going to say.
I mean,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, 40 is when you start to get that, I don't care. I do what I want. So my slogan in life, this is my motto. I do what I want. I love that motto. It makes life very, very easy for me. But every time I say that, it makes Mrs. Stone cringe. It is the exact opposite of her character. You know, I'm that libertarian guy. I'm like, I do what I want. Sometimes when I would park the car, I would just park it all willy-nilly. And like, she's like, it's not straight. You're out of the lines. I go, I do what I want. And she's like, oh my gosh. Every time I say that, she freaks out, right? But I'm even more that now, post-COVID. I'm like, I do what I want. I'm like, what are you going to do, kill me? That's not that big a deal.
I am here for the Ron Swanson energy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
breakfast food, brunettes, and doing what you want. You know, here's my permit. It just says I do what I want. Yes.
Speaking
yes!
of, yeah.
I know more than you.
All right.
It is so
Ron
funny
Swanson
to work
is my
at a
spirit
Home
animal.
Depot and gone into a Lowe's.
Yeah.
You know, like, no.
I'll tell you what, Ron Swanson is my spirit animal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all need a little more Ron Swanson in our life. It does.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
know,
Absolutely. What? Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I'm talking about. But here's what I'm talking about. DC Comics.
Yes.
They got kicked out of their offices. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to make you
How do
feel
you
good, right?
react?
Start at the bottom. Now they're here.
Starting at the bottom. Now they're here. I like that. I'm going to use that as my own. I was telling Stone Abdullah the other night that my daughter, I did something, and my daughter, God love her, she goes, Dad, that's cultural appropriation. I said, no. My culture as a white man in America is I see other cultures that I like, and I take them for my own. Right? Just ask the Hawaiians.
Oh my God.
We walked into that place. Hey, this is nice. It's mine now.
Oh God, that's so terrible. Yeah.
But yet true. But yet true. It's funny because it's true. We got Nita in the chat saying good morning. Good morning,
I'm
Nita.
that's the most Nita entrance that could have, like, the transition from that comment to, oh my gosh.
Eviction. Oh, so these poor guys, these poor cats get kicked right out of, love them gringos. Yeah, I mean, that's it. But, I mean, here's the thing. If we can't laugh about those things, then we're probably not white.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Luke.
I can't help it. The filter's gone. Come
I
on. You know that's
I
funny.
Want to put something there. You can make people can make jokes because everyone should
We should.
about just about everything.
Yeah.
But if you genuinely are against any group, like racist, whatever,
Those people are
one, you
jerks.
suck, and two, you don't get their food.
Yeah. I'm telling you what.
I've heard people raging against Mexicans in my area for a while because that was very popular.
No more
I'm like,
tacos for you, jerk.
No tacos. You don't get them. Go back to the sauerkraut and potatoes.
You're a filthy human being and you don't deserve tacos.
Right. That's my thing. Because I can't hate anybody. I am a fat guy who likes food.
I
love
Mexican
food I can't pronounce. I love walking into restaurants where I don't speak the language, pointing at a table at something on somebody else's dish, one of those, and then paying the gringo tax. Because I know at least the first couple times I go into a place like that, I'm going to pay 25% more.
I don't care, man.
And I'm like,
worth it.
It is all worth it. I don't care if it's like a hole in the wall kind of place, or if it's a country,
I like to joke about my culture because I don't really have one.
Oh.
But I think it's funny. Let's just joke about like what we are. I love the diversity. Like when I moved to Jacksonville, it's like there's so many accents and different languages and different colors, like a kaleidoscope here, and I love it. And I remember the first time I went back to Kokomo, and you should know because you've been to Kokomo, right? I walked in there and I was like, wait a second, where are all the black people?
Kokomo is a very pale place.
It's very pale.
It's like
all of you
pale
watching
food.
from Kokomo today, I love you. I love you. I do. I really do. But there's a world of vibrant cultures and people out there that I missed out on just living in Kokomo. I'm telling you, it's people are awesome, and I love that diversity. Brian K. Moore says, I can recall a time when Luke wondered aloud how I got away with saying certain things. ... I've been such a good influence on Luke. Weeps in pride. Yes, my friend, you have.
Well, Luke's hat went from a kind of a proper fedora, not a trilby, to the pork chop.
Pork pie.
Pork pie. Yeah. Sorry, fat guy, and I made pork chops yesterday. So
man, I get it.
And what's happening is it's slowly fezzifying. But one day, you're going to turn on the show, and everybody's going to have fezzes from exposure to Brian K. Morse. He's like the Borg. Resistance is futile. Yeah. You will be assimilated.
It was brought to my attention on a stream, and Michael Bancroft said in the chats that it reminded him of Heisenberg, because it's a Heisenberg hat, right? And he's like, wait a second, didn't Walter White get sick? And then when he, come out of the getting sick, he was wearing the hat and he became Heisenberg and was like doing all the making meth and stuff. He goes, Luke, do you have anything that you want to tell us? And I'm like, well, I'm pleading the fifth on that one. But some people have called me the Heisenberg of Comicsgate. I don't know if that's true or not, but
well, you do make addictive comics.
I do, and to be really honest with you, it is something I'm willing to.
You guys all think I'm a hero. and I'll accept that responsibility.
We got Hojo again saying, comedy and satire are sacred. Yes, they are, my friend. It's the original safe space. George Carlin would look at the left and simply flip them the bird. Yes, he would.
George Carlin would look at the left and the right and the middle and just give, he'd do sprinkler, but you're not seeing the top of my hand for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Comedy is trying to kill comedy.
Oh,
They are trying to kill comedy with all of this stuff, but it is very unfortunate that kind of stuff is happening. Oh my goodness, we've got Genuine Comics. Hello everyone, hail chat. Genuine Comics was on last week. Dave Brink, you got to check out his book, Perfect 10.
Perfect 10 is so good. It just hits that 90s
10.
button deep in my soul, and I love it.
So let's get back to DC Comics getting evicted. All right, so here's the deal. What happened was DC Comics got acquired again by another company, this time Discovery Plus. And with every time they get acquired, there's a round of cuts. And this time they took away their office, and now what they have is they have what they call a hot desk office, which we have some of those here. You probably have some of those. Oh, excuse me, up by you there, Armand. Where they, it's basically, now they don't have to rent them, but it's basically like a rented office space. You walk in for the day, you need an office for the day, you walk in, you pay your fee, you sit down at a desk, and then you take all your stuff at the end of the day, you leave. And you may be back again, or you may never be back again, it doesn't matter. So now, that's how their office space is. But here's my thought. I love comic books. Right now, I think that the best comic books are indie comics. Like what Armand's making, what Mike's making.
I agree.
Dare I say, what Dave Brink is making, and dare I say what I'm making.
Yeah, you better say it, because I'm
right here. Yeah.
I think that we're making the best
more merch
in indie. In fact, I liken what's happening in indie comics now to the early days of like Jack Kirby and them, when they would go around to different studios and draw comics for them to get those printed out. And they would use different pseudonyms, so it looked like more people were working on books than what were really working on books. I hearken what we're doing now to that, and the creativity and the cool stuff that's coming out of indie comics is just phenomenal. And here's the thing, I don't know a single indie comic book creator or studio that's working in a studio that has offices. They're all working from home, and they're still able to put their heads together and make some really awesome stuff, right? So here's the deal. Why do they need an office if they're not producing gold? Now, you may disagree with me. You may disagree. You may be like, no, DC Comics is amazing. Everything they do is awesome. You might be that guy. But here's the thing. From a guy who buys DC Comics and has DC Comics in my pull list every week, they are not awesome.
No.
They are not awesome. They are lacking. There's some awesome moments, but on the whole, why do they need an office if they're not producing gold? That's just my thoughts. Talk amongst yourselves.
Also, all their entire team isn't like in that office. The artists, the art team, the editors, they're all over email just chatting about, getting pages and stuff. So I agree, they really don't need an office if we're doing it.
The only thing that you might need an office for is like the organizational. Every part of the workforce can literally do it from home in their little, 10 by 10 feet, tiny room where they draw. Like all of us.
Yeah, I will tell you, here's the only thing that you need an office for is office pranks. Right?
Cheers.
It's to Jim and Dwight that thing.
Well,
that's the only reason, in my opinion.
I think there are certain really neat things that came out of 2020. Now that's an unpopular, but you got one thing they learned that the whole corporate speech impediment, whole corporate culture is built around unnecessary levels. So what we have is creatives who do the process, and that there's a job for creatives, and there's a job for marketers, and there's a job for organizers and the people who actually do the accounting and things like that, And we need these things. And theoretically, you need somebody on top keeping tab of everything. But you don't need 50 levels of middle management in the middle.
No.
And with the vast majority of what people do, because most people are creating something digitally, they're exchanging paperwork, they're exchanging, art, whatever, digitally. Very rarely do physical items get passed around outside of a factory setting. Therefore, there's no reason. But our whole American culture has been just ramrodded. You go to college, you go to high school, go to college, get an office job, make big money.
Yeah.
And that system just doesn't hold either for the creatives or the people who just don't want that environment. We lost the ability to go, let's go making things is still valuable. Plumbers make good money. They need to be educated in that. I do think our primary education isn't geared right for life.
Sure.
And I went to college. I have a liberal arts degree, but I kind of belonged on that course. I'm a writer, and I design games, and I've dabbled in philosophy and a few other things. That's kind of where that kind of thing goes. Now, I didn't need a lot of the math courses I took. It was a waste of time. And they've canceled a lot of living courses, a lot of how you feed yourself and how you do that, because they want that cultural dependency. So what indie comics, from the most creative, and I am a remnant of the Xerox your comic. The reason I don't put my stuff up like you guys do is it's not of quality yet. I had some hand damage. I'm literally learning how to make these guys go. But, one of those slow, long year process. But thank you for the links, Frog G. Frog G is amazing.
Yes.
I just bounced over the
Hey,
chat.
let's go to the chats here for a second. We've got some new people watching, and I want to. Genuine says we're building the next mainstream brothers. Yes, we are. I believe that.
We're building it better. We're
Yes.
building it better
Nefarious.
because it's not processed.
Heck yeah, Armand. So he's in there. And then we are hailing one another, as we often do. Hojo says, I quit DC after the New 52 stuff got a little boxed in by continuity problems. Yes, it did. Frog G's here. Hail all. Hail Frog G. He is the everybody's hero. Always popping in with the links. Frog G, we appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. Thanks for being here with us today. Nita says, I'm building an empire in an 8x8 closet. That's the thing. Exactly, right? And here's the deal. As far as this hybrid universe thing that I've been building, that's like getting really, really deep now. It started, I didn't even have an office. I started from my dining room table, drawing those comics. I set up my tablet, started drawing right there at the dining room table. People would come over, start talking to me. I talk to them, but I'm working on my comic book. I'm drawing comics.
Same, exactly the same.
That's what happened. I have an office now, which is a lot nicer, so I have toys that I can play with, which is probably more of a distraction than a good thing sometimes for me. But that is how it is, right? And so we've got Frog G definitely popping in all these links. Thanks for sharing that out. We're going to be talking about these here in a minute. Hojo says, I hadn't really bought mainstream comics in over a decade outside of back issues. I bought a few new CG titles after I decided to make my own comic. It's refreshing and story-wise. Refreshing art and story-wise. I totally agree. And Genuine Comics saw someone trashing Zuby, and your response was spot on. I didn't see that, but I always love a good burn, a great mic drop. Definitely gets me excited. So, and Frog G has to do some shameless promotion. Please
promote yourself, Frog G. We all owe you.
Promote yourself.
Everyone who knows you owes you that. So make sure that link gets around so we can get it around too.
So here's the thing. Now that DC is not in the offices, do you think they're going to start maybe using art from people in other countries that might be a little
Oh
cheaper.
yes, absolutely.
They
They've
already
already
do.
started it for their secondary lines. If you look at the animation studios, especially, you're going to see that the animation is done in places like Taiwan,
Hmm.
South Korea, I think, a few other places, and that I think that pattern is just because it becomes all about money, and it's a whole lot
Look,
cheaper
It is. Well,
to
I think some
outsource.
people are going to get upset by that. I think some people are upset by
Justified.
DC losing their offices, and there's people that are upset at guys like me who are like, well, mainstream comics, the big two, aren't very good, and
Emotional damage.
you just got to deal with it. Is what I'm thinking. You know, just go with it.
look,
Alana.
I I know a couple of creators from Brazil, and they work for DC. They work for Marvel. They have been doing that for the last 30 years. Don't worry about it. They're already doing it. You just don't know
Yeah.
about it yet because they don't get credited.
Exactly. And they are not getting paid. They're the same page rate as United States contributors. Yeah, which is, I don't think it's entirely fair. But
It's predatory practice.
but I also pay Brazilian creators to do stuff for me. I've got a lot of Brazilian creators that work for me.
But do you pay them well?
I pay them what they ask for,
Exactly.
and I
Well,
pay them
exactly.
well, and I give
No.
them bonuses and things like that. Nitho Diaz does a
There you
number of
go.
things for me. I love his work. His wife does a lot of coloring for me. I work with a guy named Alan Emmanuel. He goes by Alan Colorist on Facebook. He does a great job. I pay him well, and the colorist that's done all of the hybrid stuff for me is Patrick Gambon,
Wow.
and he is amazing, amazing. And so I look forward to working with these guys. They're really great.
Like,
And
I talk a lot to Daniel HDR, Hora del Rosa.
yeah,
He's a creator from Brazil as well. He made the Stone Server, made the cover for Hora 3. Like, beautiful stuff. He's been doing this for over 4 decades, I think, at this point. Like, and he gave me a price where I'm like, why would you, with your experience, ask this little off of me? You know? And he was like, well, this is what DC plays me. And I was like, holy crap.
yeah. Which
the fuck?
right here, Dave says, look, Powell gets paid more by me than he did by the mainstream, and I
How?
think people are realizing that us independent creators are willing to pay a little bit more. And Brian K. Moore says DC Comics and Warren Comics led the way in using overseas talent because of cost back in the early 70s. It's nothing new. And they're going to continue to do
Yeah.
that. Mike, your mic connected is a little laggy. Yes, it is a little bit laggy, Mike. So I don't know if it's your internet or if it's your mic or what, but
It's probably my computer. Let me log in and out. And that should
Sure,
usually fix it.
okay, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, we'll take that. Mike will be back. While we're doing that, let's take a look at your project, Armand. First, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and then what your book is about. And I'm going to pull up your campaign here.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm a kind of a new writer to the scene. I would say, comic creator. I launched my first one last month in January of this year. Actually, this is my second one now. Fully fulfilled the campaign. Within like a 2-week turnaround time. So I'm very proud of that. And then we're just launched my second one immediately. And then this one in particular is about, I want to jump into a sci-fi kind of story that kind of talks about what the future of humanity will look like, the next evolution. This story starts off with, an apocalyptic scene, and the apocalypse is like, it's almost like another apocalypse is coming. So there's 3 factions now in this world. Society split into 3 factions based on their scientific ideologies and breakthroughs, and they all think that their way is the only way to survive. So So now we have, our main character who goes out into this wasteland and tries to save the world and really unite everybody. But there's like this ticking time bomb in the background because this apocalypse is coming, and everybody's on edge, and everybody is enemies. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, this image up here, holy cow, this is gorgeous.
yes, it's
That is
painted by
gorgeous.
Stephanie Shen, and she's an amazing artist.
She
And,
really is. So
super
here's the deal.
happy to do it.
You've got 4 days left to go on this.
Yes,
You only need $1,200.
yes,
You are so close. You are
yes,
so
sir.
close. 29 backers.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm going to call. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. There are several of you watching right now. Please grab this link. Frog G's put it in the comments. Share it out. If you haven't checked this out, check out this book. We're going to watch the video. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and watch this video. And while we do this, look at this. And if you've got a little extra cheddar and you want a good book, here. Back this thing. But here, we're going to watch your video.
In the distant future, an ancient prophecy foretold.
Okay, well that was anticlimactic. Hold on. Well,
Maybe just refresh the page.
shag it out, man. Let's try it again.
Well,
In the distant future, an ancient prophecy foretold.
We keep stopping at the same spot.
that's weird.
Well, maybe it doesn't like being full screen.
Maybe it doesn't like being told what to do.
I don't know. Sometimes I just refresh the page. It does happen. I know Kickstarter's been having problems lately because
Yeah.
Because of that one huge, there's
Yeah.
a huge
In the
In the
campaign
distant
that,
future, an ancient prophecy foretold.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep stopping in the same spot. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to watch the video, guys. Sorry about that. But let's get down here into some of the pages real fast. So these are interior pages, right?
yes,
Okay. These look good. Who's your artist?
Gorgeous stuff.
it's actually his name is Brian Yenny, and he is down as well in Brazil, I believe. So,
Nice.
but then we have our colorist team is in Italy, and they were very cool. They brought a very bold vision with color to the
Oh
world.
man, this image right
This-
here
oh.
tells me everything I need to know about these factions.
Yes.
So there's lizard people,
Yes.
there's humans, and there's cyborgs, right?
Yes. So there's
Got it,
so
man.
they're not humans. They're purists. So they're all humans. They're all humans, but they've all genetically modified themselves, or at
Okay.
least the two of them have. One tried to become more like animals, because they think that's the next evolution of man. And then there are people who melded themselves with machinery, trying to make themselves more cyborg-like, more machine-like.
You
more
can get this as a
AI-like.
print.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
there's
man,
also,
great.
and then the guy on the left there.
Oh,
is a
yeah.
purist. So those people are going back to basics almost. Like, hey man, they believe like the most pure form of themselves is the right way.
I would be on that team. I would be. Yeah.
Team Militant Amish. Yeah.
Armand?
Yeah.
Jared,
No,
there
no,
you
I-
go. How do you say that?
It's a Brian.
Brian?
Yeah, it's just Brian. But
Oh.
we call him Brian. Just
He's got too
Oh.
many A's in that name,
Yeah.
right? What
Brian.
happened there?
Brian Yenny, and then that's
Giorgio.
Rosasco,
And
Tiziana.
Tiziana. I love this. You did a good job putting this campaign together, man.
Thank
It
you.
looks
Yes.
good.
You know what? Props on putting the contributors so prominent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who do, I watch a lot of these videos, like way too many anymore.
Props for
And
putting it at the
you'll see a
bottom.
little blurb at the bottom where it's like, and these other people are involved,
And props
So
for putting it at
I'm-
the bottom. Because a lot of people will lead with their creative team, but if you don't care about the story, you don't care about the creative team.
Yep.
Right. So this
Right,
is
so
a
you
really
did a
good.
job.
That
Let's
that
look at your-
three-part image just grabs.
I'm gonna get
I
that
love
back up there so
Yeah,
people can see
that's-
that.
That's just the money
Right,
shot.
let's take a look at these.
That is
Money
the
shot.
art print that you can get with with the campaign. So,
Money shot.
You know what I mean. It's
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
That's what's gonna catch people. That's like bam.
Oh, this is a family show.
He doesn't get many of those on me, so he's really having fun with this right now. But yes, he's gonna try and get me to match my shirt. I wonder if I blush.
Here we go.
But no, seriously, that has a depth of world building in one image that very few people can conceptualize.
Here, we found a way to play this video. Give me a few minutes. Let's talk while we're doing that. Talk about the tiers. Tell me about the tiers that you've got available here.
It's very basic. There's only one variant cover. There's one main cover, one variant cover, and then you have a special edition with the black and white for $50. You get everything, all the print copies. Very stepped. We try to keep it as low as possible for these tiers, so it's a welcoming on prices. And yeah, it's the first issue. We're kind of excited to get it out there, and it's $10 gets you the the main cover. 15 gets you the main cover and the art print, and that's the art print we're looking at now. And $25 gets you the variant cover, and then it's just like another step up gets you the variant cover and the art print at $30. And then the $40 for both the two covers, the variant and the main cover, and $50 is again for everything. Get everything, all the digital copies, all the physical copies, all signed. So. I also look. I put the in the chat the YouTube.
Link. I see that. I just downloaded the video, so we're gonna pull it up here, and I just have to find it in my folder. Give me a couple seconds. But $10. Now, does that include shipping or shipping
it does
extra?
Not. Shipping is I think $6 or $7 on top of that.
Okay, so that's not bad. So for about 17, 18-ish bucks, you're gonna get a comic. How many pages is this thing?
24 pages.
24 pages. There you go, man. That's a good book. So now let's go ahead and watch your video. Oh, hold on. That's Nita's page. Here we go. Oh, wait. That's my page. Where the heck did I put it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Here it is. I think this is the one.
In the distant future, an ancient prophecy foretelling the end of the world begins to unfold, marked by the explosion of a dying star. Humanity has split into 3 new species of people, each believing that they are the next evolution, destined to survive the coming apocalypse. What does the future of humanity look like? The purest community of Eden names a stoic warrior called Win as their chosen one, tasked with collecting the remaining pieces of the prophecy from their rival societies, the Animalists and the Robotics. Win travels through the wasteland on an extraordinary journey to save the world. Along the way, he'll encounter memorable characters, astonishing creatures, and unravel the mystery of genetic superiority.
Hi everyone, my name's Armand Nassim and I'm the writer of Genetic Superiority.
Hi, I'm Jared Shinigo, writer and letterer of Genetic Superiority.
Hi, my name is Ryan Sini. I am the artist in Genetic Superiority.
Hi everyone, my name is Giorgio Rosasco and I am the colorist of Genetic Superiority.
Hi guys, this is Tiziana Menale. My role in Genetic Superiority is making flat for all the pages.
I hope you enjoy this comic.
Fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic, man. That's I'm glad we got the video up, man. It looks good. It looks good. That was well worth the wait, I think. So go over there. Make sure that you're checking out this project. Come on, $10 get you the book. Here's what I want to do.
That's just a deal.
Let's just go back up here at the top real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna refresh that. Just see if we've gotten any more love. We've not gotten any more love. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Down there. Back this book. Come on, he's so close, man. He is less than $100 away. He is $79 away from making this happen. He just needs a few more backers. Got 4 days to go. Man, looks like a great project, and I'm excited about it.
I want to ask how far do you see this going? Because I see a lot of first issues come out where you're not sure. It doesn't feel like this feels more like an arc book. So, do you have any idea? Like, does this have a fixed end?
Absolutely. Five issues is what it's planned at right now. And it was something that we wanted to. It was originally supposed to be like graphic novel trade paperback that we kind of split up into issues. Yeah, anywhere from 5 to 7 issues. Right now is the plan. But we started with the ending and then we worked our way backwards.
Wonderful.
And we started from how do we get to that
That's
ending?
a good
And we
way to
kind
do it.
of went that way. So yeah, there's things like it reminds me of like Walking Dead. It can really keep going because the expansive world that's being built, but so many spin-off characters that we've been thinking about. But the story does have an ending, and I'm excited to get there.
Genuine Comics says Armand and his project are new to me, probably because I don't browse Kickstarter anymore for new comics, and I get that Kickstarter's been having some problems lately.
Yeah.
But Armand's worth the switch over to back that project. So I appreciate you doing that. And yeah, heck yeah, it's boomer time. I'm not boomer, I'm Gen X. I'm definitely Gen X, and I fixed it on the fly. You saw what I did there. I was able to do that. We've got Hojo says, we're all willing to pay more because we care about the product over profits. We do it because we love it.
Yes.
We try to put out a book you would want to read. Absolutely. And this is a comic book, honestly, that I would want to read.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. Frog Jesus, people that want to become more like animals. Nervous laughter. Who would you want to do that? Who would want to do that? I don't know. Frog G.
Sorry, I got a bit of
Who would it be? Yeah, I'm afraid on my. I got it figured out, Nita. I got it figured out. It's always best for me to have a YouTube link because I have always had trouble with Kickstarter and stuff like that playing the videos. So I got to where I just download the YouTube video, pop it in my folder, and bring it up. I just, that's just me though. And only $6 shipping. That's insane. I don't know if that's how you thought it, but that's how I'm saying it. That is insane. Because typically we do shipping of a floppy. It's about $10.
Right.
It's typically what you're going to get. I try to keep it lower too, $5 to $6 for shipping as well. But
I just want people to jump on. Give them no reason not to.
Are you shipping only to the U.S. or are you doing international as well?
U.S. and U.K. But no UK backers yet.
Yeah. So 7 issues. At least that's the plan. So Nefarious happens to know quite a bit about your project already, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Me and Nef are good friends.
Yeah. And then Genuine Comics says, Kickstarter sure has some problems, like gatekeeping creators if their politics aren't acceptable. I agree. In fact, I would rather be able to crowdfund directly from my website. Until that becomes a thing that people are willing to do, I'll stick to Indiegogo. That's just me.
Well, there's some. I like because I always look at things from the writing aspect and from game potential. It's like my big test for any material when I pick it up is this something I could run a game in? Which that's my lens, and I look for that feeling of depth of world. And just what you showed me,
this one will be fun for that.
This one really has that.
Cool
where the 3-dimensional. It's not just hey, look, it's the same spin-off superheroes in the same spin-off city.
You might want to talk to Nick about licensing his Base Plus 2 model that he built for the Hybrids role-playing game engine. Yeah, he might be able to get you a cool role-playing thing put together so that you can put that with your next campaign, man. That'd be fun.
That's what I do. So yeah, we'll have to talk sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
Assuming this goes well for you. I mean, right now you're. Yeah, and I get that you're trying to get your baby born in this world, and folks, if you want to support such important, this is a young man. He's out there doing it the hard way. I'd like to see some folks really show some love. Well, thank you, Nefarious. As soon, yes, it did. It came with the one shot.
A little quick play, and later this year,
Ignore the
full book's coming
tactical
out.
tambourine falling over. It's almost like guys keep it in reach.
Tactical tambourine. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag
Nick,
OS.
you would have a tactical tambourine. Oh, for crying out loud! All right. So we got one more book we're gonna look at real quick before we call it a morning. Let's take a look here at this one. All right. That's a cool video. Do you like that video?
That was fun to make.
Do you like that video? All right, I'm going to share this too. So we're going to go through this just a little bit, let people know what you got going on. Move my tab over here so I can see both.
This is my this is my big thing. This is the thing that people know me for. This is what I'm still working on, and yeah, like Lava Corner is a series of short stories set on an alien world, with a new creature to follow every single issue. Every story stands alone, and yeah, and that way we're just building the world. We're extending it. We're making it more fun, and it's for always. You can give to your children, no problem. I've had grown-ups grab them from their children too because I thought it was so funny. So,
this art is gorgeous, by the way, man.
Thank you. It's so much fun to work on, and this is our 5th issue. Like we're here to stay, and we got scripts up to issue 11, so we're going places.
I like this. You're fulfilling the critical blast.
Yes. This is my own art.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Man, this is good. And you've gotten so much better. Like from issue 1 to issue 5, dude, you just keep improving, man. I love this.
You should see the pages I'm doing for issue 6. They're insane.
Oh man, this is so good. Yeah. All right. So you've got a lot of tiers for people to get involved with here. You've got digital too, right?
Yes. You can get your digital catch-up tier. There's always the normal digital tier, which is just issue 5.
And you're fulfilling through Critical Blast, so U.S. backers will be able to get it at a reasonable price shipping.
That's right.
Right? Okay. It's $11 U.S. It's 10 euros. Oh, by the way, do you know what the difference between a U.S. dollar and between $1 and 1 ruble is?
Isn't it like 40,000?
No, it's $1.
God damn it!
Get it? Heyo!
Oh. No, wait, that was the rupee, right?
Yeah, the rupee or whatever it's called.
Ruble is Russian. Rupee is Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah, that's right, ruble. So I had it right, calling it the rupee.
Yeah.
I sometimes nail it. So here we are. You have a flexible goal, $554, which means you probably only needed to cover printing, right?
Essentially, yeah. My true goal is a lot higher because, and if you could make me big for a second, these little babies.
Oh, you're trying to make you big. Yeah, let me do that. Let me throw a little Viagra on your screen.
Oh yeah. These little babies are expensive to make. They are already in production.
Cool.
I know, right? The ears are poseable.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
I wanted the wings to be poseable as well because right now they're glued together. The manufacturer came back to me after I paid him for production. It's like, I'm sorry, I literally cannot do that because the wings will just do this. if we add wiring to them. So they're
Okay.
going to be in the same way as the prototype. However, this is still a high quality plushie. It's squishy.
It
It's
is.
voltage form.
It's
Like
cute.
you can do anything with this little girl.
And can
Not
you get
one
this on
thing.
this campaign?
Yes, you can.
Oh man.
So for 40 euros, you can get yourself a cute little Etsy plushie. They're already in production. They should be coming around next month or at the end of this month to April at latest. And then we're
Oh,
going
I
to
want
fulfill
one of
it.
those
The
now.
comic is done. Like we're all set. The only thing I have to
Yeah.
go for is just, get the Indiegogo money, get the printing, ship it over to Critical Blast, and we're done.
Yeah, and
So-
you are at 46 backers, 13 days left to go. Is this going to go into in demand?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Will
So-
that be available while in demand?
It is going to be available in demand. However, I am going to limit the amount that will be left because I want
Sure.
to keep a couple of these for conventions. And of course, I'm only getting 100 made. So
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So it is a
right
limited
now,
number.
it's a limited number. There are
Dude,
going
that
to
is
be
so cool.
remakes, but it's as much as I could afford.
Johnny just wants to point out one thing. You can do anything with this little girl. For the love of God, Mike, phrasing.
I know. I corrected myself. Shut up.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Now, see,
No,
I think we lost. I think we lost
I really
Armand.
I really wish
Yeah.
Armand didn't have to go. He messaged
Oh, okay.
on private. He had to go for probably another show. He's probably hopping the circuit.
Well, I don't blame you for that. Yeah.
But
yeah, make sure to
I
go
wish
there
he'd
and check out
stayed
his stuff.
around because I see a lot of people do their different, starters. Your
Yeah.
Kickstarters, your Indiegogo, whatever. Crowdfunding. I lost the word for a second. You do it masterfully, Mike Jimmy.
Thank
Because
you.
you have the low cost digital entry for people just getting in. That catch up entry is something people don't think about, but especially having that low cost digital where new people will go, I love this issue, but it gives that cross reference without 50,000 options. It's
See,
really
now I want a Trashman plushie.
yes.
Gosh, man.
Dude, if you want, I can send you the link.
I want a
after.
Hellbeast plushie.
Yeah, let's talk after, because now I want a
no
little
problem.
Trashman to throw around.
I still think one of those Hellbeasts would make an adorable plushie.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I know. Like, really, you wouldn't think so, but those would probably sell like hotcakes.
I love the Hellbeast, man. I love the Hellbeast. But man, I'll tell you, and here, Mike, sure had a lot of work organizing all 50 covers, 55.
Okay. I
It's
admit
like a Marvel
there are a lot
book.
of covers. I
like a
admit there
Marvel
are a
book,
lot
those
of covers for what I usually do. Normally, I've got 2 variant covers and that's it.
Yeah.
However, because it's the 5th issue, I am proud of this comic, and I got amazing artist friends. I was like, let's go all out. We're getting a plushie. We're gonna get 8 variant covers, 2 by myself, of which the Ravian variant, the Raging AVC variant cover is going to be dedicated to Meredith Logren, and all the profits will go to her funeral GoFundMe. So that is something
thank you for
I
that.
really want to point out.
Thank you for
I
that, man.
love seeing people give back. That's what makes the communities we travel in so great.
Okay,
I made that
speaks to my heart,
variant. I made that variant as a funny thing because I love those. I love Meredith. I love Nita. And I really appreciate all the things that they did for me with Love before and after that. And I would be a complete idiot, and I would smack myself in the head if I would not do this.
Let me say something here, man. Meredith was a good friend. She was a good colleague, and she was a very talented soul. And we're sitting here as part of the Raging 2 network in her honor. This network is something that she wanted to put together, and Nita has picked up the reins to this thing, and she's making Meredith proud.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think. And thank you so much for that. I know her family will appreciate it. So definitely go back this book. Get those extra covers, man. And we just, Hojo just said he backed Armand. Thank you for that. You know, get him a little love.
Well, yeah,
Frog G sharing the GoFundMe for Meredith.
Go give her family some love. They really couldn't use it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's classy, Mike. That's classy, dude. That's classy, brother.
It's the least I can do. You know.
Well, one
I'm
thing
speechless.
about you, Mike, I've wanted to mention for some time. You do an all ages comic. You know, that's well written. And not just a kitty fluff piece, you know. A lot of independent creators take their independence as a excuse to, you know, go beyond censorship and or taste because they can. And realistically, it's very easy to sell that kind of product. There's always a market for the lowest common denominator. And instead of that, you're out here making an incredible product. Right? There's a ridiculous world building. I mean, just it's all I just love it. I adore it.
So actually, I know this is probably like a backroom conversation, but I want to talk to you about this for a second. I'm trying to put together a comic book with little shorts of all ages books in it. Okay, for Halloween. That people can have printed. I'm actually going to work through 3D Zach to have these books printed. So instead of giving out candy at my house, I'm going to give out comic books. I'm going to be the comic book house. Because I want kids to read, and I also want them to get into comic books, right? So I need to talk to you about sticking one of those shorts in that book. That way they can get introduced to that story as well.
Yeah.
Because Life of Korra, it's great. It's colorful. It's perfect for that kind of stuff. I think we're going to try to get Hero Bot Zero in there, and then we're not sticking hybrids in there, but we're sticking. But we're sticking. Yeah, we're not going to stick that one in there.
We all
are
went
going
to
to
the
stick.
same page.
Yeah, we're going to stick Rift Riders in there. We're going to stick Rift Riders in there, which is going to be really cool. So I'd like to have 2, 3, maybe 4 little shorts and have that printed. And then if anybody wants to give out comic books instead of candy, they can get a hold of 3D Zach, and he can print them and mail them to them. So that's what I'm trying to do, to have that ready for Halloween in time that he can have.
Hit me up anytime. I'd love that.
Right.
That is exactly the kind of thing my comics are made for.
Yeah. And anybody that's watching, if you're like, hey, I'd love to give out comic books for Halloween instead of candy, get with me. Go find my my website, lukestonestudios.com, and just contact me through there, and we'll make something happen for you, because I think that's awesome. But absolutely, man, you're a great guy. Nita says that's awesome. That's awesome. And then she said, I love you guys. We love you too, Nita.
We love you dearly, and you know it.
You're a great human being, and we appreciate you. And then we can go beyond taste. Yes.
Well, so the reason that I'm making these kinds of comics is because I grew up with Franco-Belgian comics. You know, I'm used to Asterix, Lucky Luke, the whole entire American scene. Like, I knew Batman, I knew Spider-Man. You know, I knew all the big names because we had the cartoons, we had, you know, all those 80s and 90s cartoons, all the stuff. But we didn't have the comics all that much. So I grew up with Donald Duck Magazine, Asterix, Lucky Luke, Redbeard, all kinds of really, you know, out there stuff about all kinds of things. But they were all ages, and went through all ages. You know, they were for kids, but as an adult, you would have just as much fun. And that's exactly what I want to recreate for Love and Korra. And that's something that I want to see all over the place, because kids are the people that get into comics because it helps them read, it gets them in there, and you gotta have that.
They are our last hope to keep comics alive. I got into comics as a kid. Now I'm 41, almost 42, and I can't get enough of of comics. And I like what Dave says here. Mike is bringing European style to the U.S., and that's great.
I have a very European style.
We need to increase the amount of taste we have in our palate. So I'm all about that, man. Absolutely all about that. So here, last order of business before we close this show out. Okay. Last order of business. We have our friend here, our mascot. And we have 2 names that sifted themselves to the top. And right now on my Twitter, we're sitting at 15 votes. 2 hours and 16 minutes left. Chris P. Chris, with the P, his middle initial. Bacon. Or Ripley. R-I-P-L-E-Y. Ripley Bacon. We're at 15 votes. And right now Chris P. is winning. Have you voted yet? Guys, have you
not sure if I've seen it come by, but I will make sure to vote afterwards.
Well, let's take your vote right now.
Okay.
Are you Crispy or Ripley?
I'm gonna go with Crispy.
Okay.
See, I'm going Crispy because the P is for Poindexter. And
okay. Yes. Then that settles it. That puts it way over the top. You can vote right now in the chat.
Yeah,
right now in the comments.
This
vote right
is a
now.
chance to prove us wrong if you want, but
yeah, okay.
There is one right answer in this.
When we close this stream, the winner, we will announce the winner, and then we'll close out the stream. It does look like Chris P is going to win. So he does look like a Chris, doesn't he? Chris P. And what's funny is he was drawn by C. Michael Lanning. You know what the C stands for?
Chris.
It's only fitting, isn't it?
No, I wanted to comment something because we're letting people vote on how cool, especially this episode, represents. Because we're talking about Mike Jimmy, who's writing for beginning readers. You can tell by the spacing.
The one disclaimer: I am not the writer for Love and Cora. I have 2 wonderful writers that switch every issue.
I should have said creator. Thank you very much. But the point being, the writing and it's all ages to get people interested. We're going through. You're at a place in your career where you're doing that. Luke's at a place over here where he's doing that, and then there's my tangents, but then we brought in Armin, who's in that gap between the kid who reads and the guy trying to get his first, I assume first, because I haven't heard of it for anything else, first book out. So you have almost the full arc of how successful independent comics really have been.
His book looks really good too.
Yeah, yes. I mean, it really does, but you get what I'm saying? And this isn't, when you see mainstream comics, they're all competing. They're all hammering. No, you guys, it's like, no, let's support it. Let's build, let's build up. And I really, really respect that. And I respect that level of consistent giving back to the community. And that needs to be talked about because it's important. I'm going to tone my rant down. I felt it going,
Preach, brother. Shine a light on it. So, here we go. C actually voted for Ripley. And Frog G says also, Crispy is greater than Ripley.
I'm not allowed to argue with Frog G, so...
But here's the thing. Nita said, because you're lame, see? A little shade being thrown in the comments. We all want to see each other succeif
I support that, and I want to throw love at Johnny for shouting out my tangents or why people. Yeah. If that's how I stay in one place, I just tangent till I get back to where I was.
Yeah, Johnny, don't apologize for being you. Nick.
No,
especially living there in Indiana, and living there in Indiana wearing your Hawaiian shirt. By the way, the whole family just bought matching Hawaiian shirts. That's what we're going to wear. That's what we're going to wear for Easter.
I love it. I love it.
We're going to be in our khakis and Hawaiian.
I gotta be bright when I go out and I feed the corn sharks.
Yeah. Corn Shark. There's a comic book I want to read.
Apparently, I said that. Somebody told me there's a movie. Someone made a movie. Corn Sharks.
We do want to see each other succeed. And C is talking back to Anita. Well, you married me.
That explains so much.
No
I'm out of the loop on everything.
So
now, that totally makes sense now. Yeah, I didn't.
Now there's all kinds of love happening.
Oh boy!
Don't get too crazy with that. And then always be yourself. Everyone else is taken. I like that. Yeah. Everyone else is taken. Well, here's the deal. The votes are in. We need to be closing down the stream for the day. Crispy is the name of our mascot. So Crispy Bacon is the winner, and it makes me happy. Makes me happy that we finally have a name there, and
we need to start hiding him in products. I think that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The background is something somebody's reading a book and it's crispy on the side, or
or just a logo, somewhere in the street.
Yeah, just hiding, somewhere. I will be getting some crispy stickers made and getting those, so people can start winning those on the stream. Yep. So we'll start giving out those to people that share out the, and engage in the comments and stuff like that. We'll start giving those out, mailing those out to people. But I do encourage everyone to go and buy more comics, especially indie comics.
I'm going to go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too.
I do. I really, really do. I really do.
Jimmy, thank you for coming out on this. This is our second show. It looks like we've been at it. But yeah, you're a great guest. You're just so much fun to hang out with.
Hey, right back at you guys.
There's a trailer. Frog G has you.
Yeah.
I'm all for Frog G. You are a superhero, and I mean not
you are a hero.
Operation Wrench.
He is. He's like the Link Master, man. And thanks, Nita. Great show. Gotta get ready. Lage is a beast. You do, and I have to go. I have to go to the comic shop and go get some boba tea, because that is the rest of my day. I got planned with my kids to go. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. And as we get ready to go, here's what I got for you guys. All right, Jimmy, tell them real quick where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter @_ents. You can find me on Facebook as Fairies and Ents, or of course my Jimmy Losha the brand, but nobody remembers that because nobody can spell it. So generally, look for Ants on Twitter and Fairies and Ents on Facebook, and you will find me.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, Nick, where can they find you?
Well, I'm trying to condense things, so just start with @NTalker on Twitter, and because I'm sharing my links, I'm on Amazon. I've got 2 YouTube channels: the Historical Fencing Guild, where I teach rudimentary sword fighting, and then my slowly resurrecting art channel under Nicholas Stockard on YouTube.
Great. You can find me. I've been your host, Luke Stone. I love that. I always love saying I've been. It just reminds me of what I am. I've been one of your hosts today, Luke Stone. You can find me at lukestonestudios.com. That's kind of my link tree. All of my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, the YouTube channel, links to get into the Indiegogos are there. Please sign up for the Killing Field parts 1 through 3. It goes live on March 28th. And going live next Monday is the Long Shots, where you can get 9 books, including Hybrids the Remastered issue by Arrow. You get 9 total books for $25 plus shipping. It is the deal of the year. You do not want to miss it. So make sure you check that out as well. Thank you, Frog G, for throwing those links down in the chats. Make sure you guys check those out. And please remember, leave the wood pile higher than you found it.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.